Shade on a hot day. There's nothing better. Today I want to show you how you can make the most of the shade around your home. By adding plants that have beautiful foliage, texture, and form, you can create a very inviting shade garden. Let me show you how. We've got the beginnings of a wonderful shade garden. Now, what she had to begin with are some ferns, begonias, and also some hanging plants that make good use of this vertical space. And everything was doing well and looked fine. What we're going to do is just spice this area up and add some accent plants to it. And we're going to look for some qualities in shade plants that will do that. We're going to consider color and variegation, texture and form. She also has medium shade here. That's something else that you want to consider before you go to the garden center and start buying your shade plants. Do you have light shade, medium shade like this, or do you have dense shade? Because that's important when you're choosing. Remember, the key to successful planting is the right plant in the right place. Now, some of the qualities of these plants, you can see the fern has a spiky, upright quality, and that tends to frame the other plants. It also draws your eye up to the trees and the plants above. Now, in the middle, there's a variegated hydrangea, and this tends to fill in the center portion. And you notice that it is variegated. The edges are striped or splashed with this creamy white or yellow color. Now, be careful when you're using variegation in your garden because too many variegated plants tend to look busy. The plants in front, this sort of gold chartreuse grouping, are all mounding type plants. The fern, the hosta, this nandina with its delicate texture, these will tend to fill in this part of the garden. The other type of plant is a trailing plant, this vinca. This is a ground cover, and it will spill over the edge of this retaining wall, and it's nice that it's next to that edge because sometimes ground covers can be invasive, and that will help to keep it in check. Well, now I'm going to plant these plants in. The upright plants I'm using are this lace fern and the Australian tree fern. This variegated hydrangea has a bushy form and will also bloom. These are the plants I've chosen that have a mounding form, and they all have a golden chartreuse color. The ostrich fern, the lace fern, this mother fern, the nandina, this hosta, and this lirio. Over here I'm planting this vinca major and this silver fern. It's always important to add compost and mulch, and don't forget to water well. As you can see, by using plants with different color, texture, and form, you can have a garden that's made in the shade.